The Oxford Word of the Year for 2024 was brain rot. This is a clear indication that society intuitively already knows what our social media usage is doing. It's degenerating our ability to focus, complete meaningful tasks, and find fulfillment in the day-to-day. Now I'm going to show you two brain scans. One is of someone who scrolls endlessly on social media, and another is someone who fits the same model but doesn't use social media. All jokes aside, I, along with a plethora of people way more qualified than me, believe that we don't fully know the negative effects of social media usage, and what we do know so far isn't good. Psychiatry professor Patricia Conrad has a great quote that sums up this whole ordeal in one sentence. Just because something feels good doesn't mean it's good for you. Now, if you want to gain back a little bit more of that focus and actually do something that has a level of fulfillment, there's one simple thing that you can do to achieve that. Reading books. But Harrison, I've tried that. It's boring. I understand. I was exactly like that too. And before the start of 2024, I hadn't read a single book besides when I was forced to in school. I actually couldn't even read until the age of about 11. And now reading has become my favorite part of the day. There is hope, I promise. I'm going to try and open up that door for you and actually shine a light on the fact that you can read a book and actually find it enjoyable. Here are the 9 tips to start reading and actually like it. Number 1, find out where you first formed the idea that you don't like reading. What I mean by this is take a second and think, where did this idea originally come from? Did your parents force you to read things you didn't actually enjoy? Were you forced to read in school? Reading things that were completely unrelated to the interest you have? Was it the fact that you had a deadline in school, causing stress and procrastination? Once you find out why you have this idea in your head, it'll be so much easier to change it. This leads me to tip number 2. Read things you actually enjoy. What are the movies and shows you watch? What are the interests you have? If you like Game of Thrones, try reading a medieval fantasy novel. If you like learning about trauma or mental health, maybe read a psychology book. If you like watching Star Wars, try reading a epic sci-fi series. P.S. The Red Rising series is my favorite fictional world of all time. If you like movies like The Notebook, try reading a classical romance novel. You get the point. And if you know your interests but you don't have any book recommendations, go on Reddit or Goodreads and type in what books fit this blank genre, or good books about blank. Number 3, start off small. A lot of the time when we try and form new habits, we often set lofty goals for ourselves. I'm going to read 50 pages a day. I'm going to read an hour a day, a book a week. This is the wrong way to go about forming a new habit. You need to start with something so small that you can't make excuses as to why you can't do it. I'd suggest reading 1 to 5 pages a day. And if you feel like you can read more, wait a week and go up to 10, but increase incrementally. You need to build a solid foundation around the habit of reading before you increase the amount you read. Number 4, try a range of genres. This is similar to tip number 2, but it's more for those that try reading something that they're interested in, but still find it a slog. Instead of giving up, try another topic. Not everything I enjoy, I like to read books about. For instance, I love to write, but I'm not a big fan of reading books about writing. I'd much prefer consuming podcasts, courses, or articles about the topic. Number 5, try a range of authors in the genres you think you'd like. Building on to number 4, if you only have a few interests in mind and you still haven't found something you enjoy, try reading other books in that genre by different authors, as an author's writing style and own life experience drastically changes how a story is told. Again, search up best authors in the genre of your choosing. Then look at reviews or articles about their body of work. That way you have a clearer picture on who you think would be best for you. Number 6, have a book on you at all times. This tip is for those that want to speed up the process in building this habit and actually starting to enjoy it. A lot of popular books can actually be bought in pocket editions too, so it's easier for you to carry around. I personally have a couple different side bags that I choose from that I carry around with a book inside at all times. You can also download the Kindle app if that's more your style. Plus, it's a lot cheaper. Whenever you get the chance to read a page or two, do it. Instead of opening up your phone and scrolling for a couple minutes, open up a book instead. Plus, there's the added benefit of looking cool and mysterious as you're reading paper technology surrounded by people on their phones. Number 7, create a designated time for reading. This habit you can build separately to the habit of having a book on you at all times, as this way, no matter how busy your day was, you always have a time allotted specifically for this habit. I personally read for 30 minutes to an hour every night before I go to bed. Well, I actually don't sleep in a bed, I sleep on the floor. So before I sleep on the floor, every once in a while I lay down ready to read my book and I just feel so damn tired. On those days, as reading is still a non-negotiable for me, I just decide to read 1 to 5 pages. That way, no matter what, you always stick to ingraining this habit deeper into your daily routine. Number 8, find a community of people that also like to read. This was a big one for me. At the start, I didn't really know anyone who had a habit for reading every day or had a passion for reading. But once I discovered that surrounding myself with more and more people that enjoy reading and engaging in forums of people that like reading, it changed everything for me. A whole other layer of enjoyment was found. To find your community, I'd suggest talking to some random in a bookstore, joining an in-person or online book club, or even joining a forum online. Last but definitely not least, number 9, have patience. When you first start reading, there might be a little resistance within yourself. Don't judge it, don't make assumptions, just continue to read anyway. If you fall off the wagon and you don't read for a few days, pick up a book and start reading again. You didn't fail. Honestly, when I started reading, it took me about 2 months to read a book with 100 pages. That's like a page and a half a day. The Book of Five Rings was the book that I first started reading. In time, you'll find more interest in the things you're reading, and your speed and focus on the task will improve also. So just to quickly sum up the ideas I mentioned in this video, find out where you first form the idea that you don't like reading, read stuff about topics you actually enjoy, start off small, try a range of genres, try a range of authors in the genres you like, have a book on you at all times, create a designated time for reading, find a community of people that also read, and have patience. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment. I'm really trying to put a bit more effort into these videos, and your support means the world. Ciao.